Hey everybody, I'm JimClassic and you are watching Geekin. And for today's video, I would like to talk about the Turtles of Grayskull crossover series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Masters of the Universe, which kind of blows my mind a little bit. I've never imagined that these two would ever cross over. I mean, Masters of the Universe have crossed over with Superman and DC Comics in the past. There's going to be a Transformers collaborative series of Ninja Turtles, which is probably, so far, as of the point of this recording, we don't know who it is. I'm guessing it's going to be the Turtle Van, which would be kind of cool because I remember like 10 years ago I did a fan art of a Turtle Van Transformer, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, this Turtles of Grayskull toy collection. Now, I only have these two at the moment. And we got Donatello, who is pretty much donning a, well, pun there, donning a kind of a man-at-arms type body armor, but a little bit turtle themed. And we have Mouse Jaw, which is a mashup of Trapjaw and the Mousers. So these are the only two figures I got. They're all I found so far. And enough babbling. Let's talk about the packaging, open these figures up, and see what they're all about. Starting with Donatello. He is on a blister card with the bubble. We see Turtles of Grayskull, Donatello, heroic turtle at arms. We see He-Man up there in the corner. We see Leonardo there at the other corner. Very typical Masters of the Universe kind of explosion in the background, except it's all green to, I guess, represent the mutagen. We have Masters of the Universe X Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because not gonna lie, I always forget that Nickelodeon owns Ninja Turtles now. And down here at the bottom, we see Mattel. I'm kind of surprised that Playmates is not credited here anywhere. Not that, yeah. I don't see Playmates logo anyway, so I guess this was strictly a Mattel project, and Playmates just played along, I guess. Moving over to the back, we see a really cool picture of Donatello fighting, which I think is like a samurai-themed Beastman, which looks kind of cool. Masters of the Universe, Ninja Turtles, includes comic book, okay? Crossing dimensions isn't so bad. Not if you're Donatello and strike up a friendship with Man-at-Arms. When these two tech geniuses put their minds together, they create turtle-inspired Eternian armor to combat Krang's mutants. Which I think Krang is spelled wrong. Isn't Krang supposed to be two A's? This might be a Mattel thing. This might be a mistake on Mattel's part, but I think Krang has two A's, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have anything in front of me right now. We see Donatello, Leonardo, Man-at-Arms, and we have He-Man, who is all mutated out. All right. And then right here we have remove shell armor to use as shield, which that, I imagine, would be excruciatingly painful to do that to a turtle, but whatever. I'm kind of curious because Ninja Turtles and He-Man are two vastly different things. Obviously, we have a He-Man aesthetic going on here, but let's open this guy up and see what he is all about. Here we have Donatello out of the packaging, and we will start with the mini comic real quick. Turtles of Grayskull, by the power of pizza. In the cover here, we have a mutant He-Man with all four of the turtles. We have Man-at-Arms, we have Teela, and I didn't read it yet, but the artwork looks really cool. We got like Roboto there. You know, He-Man, obviously. We see the Trapjaw, Man-at-Arms. We see Teela. I'm not gonna lie, I think someone is definitely a fan of Teela because she's got some real pouty lips. But we got some. Oh, all right. I'm not gonna lie, that Michelangelo's a little cringy right there. I don't know if I'm a fan of that smile. But we see some Mousers and stuff, and you know, Teela is Teela and Man-at-Arms are firing at the Mauser. So we get to see some cool artwork, and there are those pouty lips again. But yeah, so the artwork looks okay for the most part. I mean, I'm not sure I'm digging Man-at-Arms face either. That's a little weird. But anyway, we have a mini comic, and little product shots in the back, just like the old He-Man toys did. And anyway, that's it for that. Here we have Donatello. Now, I have to say, the minute I took this guy out of the package, I feel like there's something different about the plastic quality. Now, I have not reviewed any of the new Masters of the Universe toys aside from the Masterverse figures. I have not reviewed the new Retro Play figures, just because I haven't. No reason in particular. But I don't know. I'm going to have to pull out one of my He-Man figures. Oh, I've got Prince Adam right here. But yeah, the plastic quality does feel a little bit different on this figure than on this one. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe just because this is a crossover series, they did something a little bit different, but we'll do more comparisons later. But, I mean, it looks cool. I actually dig the way it looks. I mean, I like the Man-at-Arms theme. I mean, this is clearly based off of Man-at-Arms with the shoulder guard and the, I guess it's a respirator, I don't know, the shin pads. And even the bow staff is a combination mace and bow. And it looks really cool. I dig that face sculpt. I mean, as you know, that's Donatello's face right there, especially with the purple bandana, the purple helmet. Nice, cool, you know, sculpting work on the helmet there. We see the bandana flowing out. We've got the turtle shell right here. You know, purple armband. You know, the bracers. This whole contraption. We got the typical He-Man briefs and the shin guards, which they are separate. This one's a little floppy. I'm trying to adjust it, but I'm having trouble. And overall, looks good. I mean, you know, I'm digging it. No real issues that I've seen so far. The weapon is a little bit of a concern because Donatello here has got a pretty tight grip on this thing, so I don't want to just pull it out by this handle because this plastic feels like it could be brittle. I don't know. I question the durability of the plastic used on this thing, so I'm going to gently, I do mean gently, pull it out of his hand, because I just don't trust it. But, you know, the mace and the bow staff combination looks really cool. Looks like this could be a connector piece. I don't know. I mean, he didn't come with anything else, but I have a feeling this is going to connect to something. Like, maybe there might be a double-ended bow staff or something. That would be really cool. But I mean, it looks cool. It just, I have doubt that this is going to hold up. When it comes to articulation, we have a ball-jointed head. Donatello can pretty much look in every direction. We have the typical joint, the universal joint there for the shoulders. We can do an elbow rotation, because elbow rotations are a thing. And again, we have a nice little bend joint there. This a little tight. This armband piece feels a little loose. It's kind of going to get in the way of the articulation. He does have universal joints at the hands, can rotate, can flex, you know, do all that stuff. Does have waist swivel. Does have ball jointed hips. The legs feel very stiff, but they do bend. And, of course, we have a shin swivel because, you know, that's anatomy. That's basic anatomy. Shin swivel. And we have ankle pivot. We have a toe. We have a toe point, toe flex. There we go. Yeah, point and flex. Now, the other cool thing, we're going to put Donatello's bow right back into his hand. Gently. That's the one thing that worries me. This is a toy. Toys are not meant to necessarily be gently handled. This worries me a little bit. But the shield, you can just rip off Donatello's shield, his shell, and it reveals his shield. And a little handle right there, so Donatello can just put it right there, and it doesn't work. And it doesn't work at all. Excuse me. We put the thing in the... Put that right there in his hand, and there we go. And he can hold his own shell like a shield. A bit morbid, but, I mean, as you can see, there is a sculpted shell underneath. So, there's, you know, we're not truly ripping off Donatello's shell. And, of course, the armor piece is separate molded soft plastic. And this arm piece definitely interferes with the articulation of the left arm. There's definitely going to be some issues getting that arm into poses. Not at the shoulder joint, at least. But it does look pretty cool. You know, I do dig them. This is going to be a fun niche idea, and I do dig this Donatello. Let's do some comparisons real quick before moving on to Mouse Jaw. Moving on to some comparisons. I didn't really think I had one with me, but here we have an original Playmates Donatello. And I don't think he's going to stand unless I prop there. I might... There. Nope. Oh, no. You're going to fight me. So there we have an original Playmates Donatello. Like I said, didn't think I had one around. We have the movie version of Donatello right there, so we can see where some of this inspiration is coming from. And of course, here we have the Retro Play Man-at-Arms. They are closer to scale. And just for the heck of it, we also have the original the original Man-at-Arms who just caused all this chaos and killed everyone. He doesn't stand very well. He's never stood very well at all. Anyway, here we have original Man-at-Arms. Oh no, it's all oh no, just stop the pain. Just stand, dude. Why is it just there? Okay, there. There. Okay, thank you. God, why do you guys have to make things difficult? But anyway, yeah. So here's how Donatello stacks with, you know, Man-at-Arms and original Donatello, and you get an idea where this guy is basically coming from here. Anyway, let's get this guy out of here before he falls over. Anyway, let us move on to Mousetrap, or Trap Mouse Jaw, Jaw Mouse. Trap Jaw / Mouser. Let's move on to him. And up next, we have Turtles of Grayskull Mouse Jaw, evil and armored with Mouser. Now, this looks more like a deluxe figure. Trapjaw looks like he comes with a lot more accessories than Donatello did, but we have the logo, we have Trapjaw or Mouse Jaw up here with the Mouser attachment arm, we have Mouse Jaw right here firing a weapon, and the Mouser down there, open product shot, Masters of the Universe, Ninja Turtles, and this is also a Build-A-Figure. Okay, this is kind of cool. Now it says down here 1 of 4 and Metal Botto, so obviously it's a mashup of Roboto and Metalhead. I am all for this. I will be getting the other 3, whichever they are. Move around to the side. Ooh, I like this. This is cool. This is a nice little action shot. What's on this side? So we got artwork on just about every single side here. We have Trapjaw running on this side. He's just kind of about ready to fire his gun. Up here, he's firing the gun. There, he's dancing. So we have so much like cool artwork on this box, which I'm just kind of hesitant to throw it out now. Moving on to the back, we see a really cool picture of Trapjaw jumping out of Castle Grayskull. There's Leonardo. There is, I think, is Teela, who is looking really cool. I am digging this kind of turtle bird themed armor right there. Like, look at her. Teela's looking pretty good. And we got Mousers surrounding Leonardo and Teela. We have a quick little bio. Unbeknownst to him, Trapjaw was the first of Krang's ooze experiments. The cybernetic walking weapon of destruction fused with Baxter Stockman's Mouser technology, making him a mindless minion in Skeletor's mutant army. Well, Trapjaw, if I'm not too much mistaken, wasn't too bright to begin with, so now he's just a mindless minion. We can see the action figure here, insert Mouser into arm. We also see here the Build-A-Figure of Metal Botto. We see the highlighted ones right here, which come with Mouse Jaw, and the grayed out bits right here are going to be going to the other 3 figures to complete the final product. And that's it. That's kind of it. I'm liking the package. Let's open this guy up and see what he is all about. Okay, here we have Mouse Jaw. And I'm not going to bury the lead here. About 5 minutes after opening this guy up, I accidentally broke part of the figure. And I'm a little mad. I'm a little mad at myself because I was being a little bit clumsy. But I'm also, earlier comments about Donatello's bow staff and how I feel like the plastic is a little brittle in some areas. I kind of got that vibe from the Mouser. And, well, yeah, something broke on the Mouser. And, again, not going to bury the lead. The Mouser is designed to be disassembled and pegged into Trapjaw's robot arm, which has broken off right at the peg. I was being just a little bit careless with it. I got to take some responsibility here, but it just broke almost effortlessly. I didn't really put that much strength into it. I was just kind of positioning it around a little bit and just fiddling with it, and just snapped right off. So, but I'm not burying the lead here. That really ticks me off, especially considering this guy is like $19, and I'm gonna have to take a drill and just drill into this thing and just annihilate what's left of that peg, so I can still use it for other things. So I'm not happy about that. Anyway, let's talk about the rest of the figure, okay? Well, now that I got that out of the way, I was surprised to see another comic book, but then I was even more surprised to find out that this is not a comic book, this is actually a large collector's card, which I kind of dig. I do like the artwork here. Trapjaw does look pretty cool, that flamethrower and the Mouser running towards you and everything. And, just a few stats on the back, or if you want to call them stats. I would like some consistency, like, okay, comic books are cool, stat cards are kind of cool. Pick a lane, because, pick one. Pick one or the other. We don't have to do both. Or do both. But both. I'm a sucker for collector's cards, but one or the other, guys. But anyway, the artwork is kind of cool, and I'm going to be holding on to this. I just, was surprised. I'm like, oh, another mini comic. Oh, no, wait, it's not. Anyway, we're going to move these accessories off to the side for right now. We're going to talk about Trapjaw and the Mouser. Now, aside from my issues of breaking the figure, let's just talk about the figure. And he does look cool, I have to say. Trapjaw in white is actually kind of cool. He definitely has, he's got the green kind of melted face and those, like, lifeless pupils. I guess definitely make him look like a mindless minion, I suppose. But he's got like a little searchlight there instead of a hook. And, a simple sculpting on the helmet, but I do like, how the mouth opens up. Typical blue skin for Trapjaw, but he's got the white bracers. The entire prosthetic arm is just cast in white plastic, and it's got some red highlights and some Mouser-themed details here and there. Some cool sculpting. He's got the straps going across. The belt, instead of a skull and crossbones now, is a turtle shell and crossbones. And he's got, like, the white, like, black and white thigh highs. Of course, the typical He-Man undies. And, I mean, but I do like the toed boots. These are new, I guess, to represent the Mouser toes, but these are different. Instead of his usual, I think they're just boots. But this looks good. And for level of articulation, Trapjaw is really not that much different from any other retro Masters of the Universe figure. Ball jointed head, everything can be removed, but I'm not going to take that risk anymore. The jaw can open and close, which is of course nice. Universal hinge, which this moves a lot better than Donatello. The prosthetic arm is universal joint. There is some swivel here at the elbow. Yeah, there is swivel. Of course, it bends. Both elbows bend. Wrist swivel is good. Waist swivel is good. Again, ball jointed hips. So he can go up. He can bend his knees. Of course, we have the shin swivel. We do have an ankle pivot, but it's not much. The shin guard's definitely getting in the way. Do we have a toe point? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to risk it. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no on the toe point. But there is some wiggle movement there, but it's very, very tight. I mean, maybe this might require some loosening, but it's a very tight joint. But anyway, let's talk about Trapjaw's companion, and that is the Mouser. And again, the Mouser is broken, Unfortunately, there's supposed to be a little 5mm peg, which is supposed to go in the gun barrel. But the Mauser is just basic white plastic. Has a rotating neck. It has rotating hips, I think. Oh my god, it actually has rotating angles. Okay, that's cool. I didn't notice that at first. So the ankles do rotate. The mouth opens up, reveals a laser gun. The head can extend. It can telescope in and telescope out. I think that's for the arm attachment, which I'll never be able to do now. And, well, basically, you could attach the Mauser to the gun. Now, there is some disassembly involved. You take the legs off. Please don't break on me. The legs can attach onto the belt a little bit. There we go. I guess there's no other place to put it. And again, if that peg hadn't broken, it would have gone right there. And it would have been like an extra appendage so that he can use, get some extra chomping range. Now, the other cool thing, moving Trapjaw aside to the accessories, would have been this flamethrower effect. Now, the flamethrower also did fit in there, but that was a very tight squeeze. I'm not going to lie. That should have been my first warning, because I tried the flame effect first, and it was very tight in there. I had to slowly twist it to remove it, and I feel like I might have deformed the plastic a little bit in doing so. Now, let me put the Mauser's legs back on real quick, just to show you a few things. Hopefully this won't break on camera, but we will find out. So now, opening up the Mauser's mouth, you see there is also a peg in there, very similar to what is supposed to be there for the arm. So the flamethrower the flame effect, and that's very tight. That is so tight that I can't even really fit it in there. But the Mauser can shoot flames. Yeah, okay, this is really tight. I'm twisting this off. You can almost see the plastic warping. This is not good. Okay, I don't like this. I don't like this. Moving on to the Build-A-Figure accessories, we have the arm piece, the right arm for Metal Botto. And it looks like there's some 5mm ports there and there. Looks like the, you have elbow articulation, hand, universal joint at the hand. So this is going to be cool. I'm looking forward to completing this figure, I hope. He does come with accessories that come with Roboto, except instead of silver, these are blue. And it comes with this, and I don't know what this is for. It looks like a screwdriver, but I don't know what it connects to. Like, I have no idea what connects to this. Like, I guess I could connect it to this. I guess. Okay, it kind of connects. I don't want to risk it. After damaging Trapjaw here, this does kind of fit in there, but, like, what's the... Oh, this is a joint. Oh. This is a joint that you take off the hand, you put this on there, and that becomes a joint. Okay, we're making sense now. It's all there, and that's how the magic happens. So this is an intermediate point for the gun. Okay, the axe. Okay, so that is what this is designed to do. It is designed to be in between the hand and the wrist for Roboto or for Metalhead. So okay, now I understand what that's for. I am also extra disappointed in this thing breaking because I did test it out earlier, of course off camera, because, why would it work on camera? These Roboto pieces did fit in there too. So this guy had so much, this gun piece had so much damn potential, and all because of this damn busted Mauser, I'm going to have to take a power drill to this thing and just bore that piece out. And I'm not looking forward to it. Anyway, well, it's taken me about a month, but I finally sat down and I was able to at least fix or remove the broken plastic that had been trapped within the within the port of Trapjaw's arm. The downside to that is it had to be completely obliterated to to be removed. I had to actually get a drill bit and kind of slowly drill it in there. And as I was drilling a hole in there, the plastic just crumbled. The plastic just crumbled and disintegrated, so the peg doesn't even exist. So I wasn't even able to remove it properly and glue it back on. Not that that would have done any good because, you know, it was broken. So this piece totally broke off within the peg of Trapjaw's robot arm, and I was actually hoping I could maybe fix it. I mean, I've had some luck with these things, but this port is still not big enough for this, so I don't even know how to fix this. You know, I mean, we went over the posability, we went over everything with the mouser. I think, you know, it can be removed, but, you know, what's the point of it now? It's supposed to be pegged in right there and act as an extra weapon for Trapjaw, but it doesn't even work anymore. But the plus side is this has been fixed, so I can put the Roboto proxy weapons right here, or the or whatever the metalhead version is going to be. But, you know, they do fit pretty well. You know, the axe looks pretty good. I mean, you know, technically it's going to the wrong guy, but, you know, I don't have the Roboto figure yet, or the metalhead version yet, so, you know, this works. This is kind of cool. I do dig this. Obviously, my weapon of choice for this guy is going to be the flamethrower, so that he can, you know, torch his enemies. And I do like it. I would have liked another kind of secondary weapon for Trapjaw. Like, the mouser is cool. The mouser does look good. I mean, I do like the look of it. But, you know, I'm disappointed. This guy was $19, and, you know, this thing breaks on me almost as soon as I test it out. Like, I wasn't even being rough with this thing. I was just testing it. I'm like, oh, okay, the thing goes right there. Uh-oh, I can't get out. And like I said, as I was twisting it, because usually, you know, you twist it. As I'm twisting it, boy, this looks really weird. This looks really suggestive. But as I'm twisting it, it just snaps right off. And I'm like, this was $19. This figure was $19. And now part of the play feature breaks as soon as you get it. Like, and here's part of the reason. The plastic on Trapjaw is the same type of plastic that's on any of the other Masters of the Universe toys. This plastic feels the same. It even feels, you can tell there's a little bit of bend, a little bit of give, just a little bit, enough to this plastic. The mouser, this is a different plastic. The plastic used for the mouser is more rigid. There is no give to this plastic. I can at least feel a little bit of give here, you know, in certain areas. There's no give. So I think this is an issue of they use two different types of plastics. I mean, I'm only guessing, of course. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but it just, you know, just the tactile sensation. This feels different than this. So I think what we had here is, like, the mouser was probably done in a different plant or a different mixture of plastic or something, whatever it was. But, you know, it's just, I'm disappointed. This would have been a cool play feature to have the mouser attached to Trapjaw's arm and add an extra, like, claw weapon. It would have been cool. And it's no longer a factor. It's no longer a thing. You can't do anything. You know, I mean, it's a mouser. I don't mind having another mouser in my collection. Not that I have a lot of them. But, you know, it now limits Trapjaw because these weapons technically go to someone else. I mean, he can use them. We can share. Oh, there's Thundertron over there. I just recently picked him up, but pay no attention to the toy on the side of the curtain. I didn't realize my camera shifted. There we go. All right. So, but it limits Trapjaw's playability. I mean, the flame attachment looks pretty good. This also feels pretty rigid. Like, you can even tell right here on the nub. Can you tell? Is it gonna? Anyway, there's already some wear and tear on the port. Just from the few times I've placed it here into the gun. And it doesn't even fit in all the way. I can't, and it's a very tight rotation. So again, I have to be gentle with it. So there's even something weird with this plastic, because even this could probably break on me one day, and then, he's not going to have any weapon. But $19. I'm disappointed. I saw Slash at the store today, and I'm like, do I even want to pick this guy up? How is he going to break? No. So far Donatello's been fine. But now I'm pausing. I'm like, do I really want to buy Slash? Do I really want to spend another $20 on a character, on a figure, who could potentially just break as soon as I get him out of the package? And if I find another Trapjaw, or let's put it this way, if I'm going to buy another Trapjaw, he's going to be on clearance. I'm going to wait until this guy ends up on Ollie's before I buy a second one, which will be good for me because then I'll get a second Mouser out of the deal. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy a second Trapjaw. He's going to end up on Ollie's, probably, likely. I don't want to necessarily bet on it, but, I have a hunch he's going to end up over in Ollie's. And once he does, I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to get a drill bit, and I'm going to widen this a bit. Just widen it just enough to allow the Mouser peg, and just enough so that it won't add stress to the flame. The weird thing is the gun is fine. The gun, this is fine. That is great. The axe is great. It's coming on, it's coming off. I feel no concern of it breaking on me at all. Flame? No. Just feel like, just have to be a little bit more careful with it. Comparison time. Here we have Trapjaw next to Skeletor, the 2002 version of Retroplay Skeletor. We have him with a version of Krang. And we have another version of Krang. We have a couple of Krangs. Not the Krang that I was hoping to find. I thought I had a couple of Mousers lying around, but I guess they're not here. They're in deep storage right now. So I don't have all of my Ninja Turtles figures here with me right now, which is unfortunate. But, here's how he stacks up with at least some of these other figures. And, aside from the Mouser breaking on me, Trapjaw is pretty cool. I do like it. I'm still not quite sure of using the Masters of the Universe proportions on a Ninja Turtle, since we're talking about two very different types of physiques here. But I have to say, Donatello is actually kind of fun. My only real concern about Donatello is that the bow staff mace is definitely made out of a solid plastic, similar to that of the Mouser, and that does concern me because that means the bow staff mace could probably break one day. And some of Donatello's armor doesn't really stay on very well. It gets a little floppy at times. Trapjaw, I loved the idea of Trapjaw fusing him with a Mouser. I'm just really disappointed with the final results, considering that the Mouser broke with very little effort, and that is one less accessory I get to utilize with Trapjaw. Trapjaw himself looks pretty good. I do like the head sculpt. I like the robot arm. The flame piece is pretty fun. And, Trapjaw itself is fine. The play accessory of the Mouser with the cheap plastic, not my favorite. So that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on the first two figures of Turtles of Grayskull set. I do have Leonardo. I will be getting to him eventually. I might, possibly, maybe get Slash. And, we'll do another review. Anyway, I'm out. I'm JimClassic. You have been watching Geekin, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.